Welcome to RPG Reanimators. It's a live, actual play of His Majesty the Worm. Got it right the first time. No redo overs. Perfect. Yep. Max has got at least the first couple words. We are
His
doing,
Majesty.
yeah, His Majesty. It's a kind of a two shot. I think we'll get this done in 2 sessions, just testing out the system. For those that haven't seen anything about this, His Majesty the Worm is a tarot based game system. So we'll be drawing some cards virtually. I probably won't bother with sharing the screen. So as you draw cards, please, you know, narrate what you get, players. But it's titled as uh, Old School Sensibilities with New School Design. You guys will be drawing from the minor arcana deck to do particular checks, and we'll get into those as we do. And combat's got kind of a little like board gamey element to it, so it should be interesting. If you're watching this and you're a His Majesty the Worm expert, I'm gonna apologize up front. I guarantee I'm not gonna do it 100% right, but hey, we're gonna have fun, and it's an anti-canon world, so we're gonna do what we want. So let's get cracking. We've already generated our characters earlier. So we're going to start out this session pretty much in media res as the group is preparing to enter their first dungeon. You have gathered in the city underneath. You have gotten word that there is a new opening in a basement. Some person just was like, "Hey, in my basement, a hole in the wall opened up, and there's a long hallway past it. It smells of brine and sea, and I'm not going in there because I'm not stupid. But you are all adventurers. You have no other great life opportunities. So you're the kind of unfortunate so and so's who are going to go in there looking for treasure. So let's start in this basement. It smells of kind of like a root cellar, right? So you've got potato smells, tubers, and that sort of thing. It's lit by candlelight around. And let's go around the horn of our person group and kind of introduce yourself, tell us what you look like, and what are you doing to prepare? Let's start with top of the line, our Tempest Stormwind.
Ah, yes. Tempest is an orc with pale white skin and icy blue hair, small tusks. He stands with a stiff back in his full plate armor. And currently, he is using a whetstone on his various weapons, especially his poleaxe and his blade, daggers. He's packed to the gills, and he's very precise in his demeanor. And he looks over to his friends. He goes, "Ah, young Glafluid, are you prepared for entreaty into the dungeons beneath?"
Of course I'm prepared. You use
Excellent.
those fancy words to make up for your lack of virility.
Ah, my young friend, words such as these import a sense of decorum and respect onto those with whom I communicate, such as yourself. It's always good to keep in mind the audience for one's speeches. You know.
Very true.
Yes.
You're one to talk about fertility, dead one.
And what's Glufluid
Haven't tried
look
that out
like?
yet.
Yeah. Yeah, what's Glufluid look like? What's their
Um,
vibe?
Glafluid is a somewhat corpse-like, small, extremely short, yeah, kind of like Sadako vibes. Dwarf woman who's like even short for a dwarf, has a Napoleon complex, huge Napoleon complex, and is also a wizard.
Does she have the long hair like uh the ring or whatever? Or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay, so terrifying. Great. Awesome.
Kind of like the weird emo dwarf.
Awesome. Awesome. And
Weird
then
emo dwarf. Love it.
yeah, I like it. And then rounding out the group, we've got Garl Jimstonewall.
Yeah, so Garl, he's currently he's strapping up his thick steel armor, um, and he's also an orc, but he's of the Earth ancestry heritage, and he's got rings in his beard, nice tusks, and he looks at at Tempest Stormwind with just like hatred, not hatred, but like it's like I hate this guy. He annoys me. I want to do better than him.
Mr. Gemstonwall, if you strap your armor in such a fashion, and I point to my own, you'll get much more acute sense of movement within it. It's uh, quite a process, you see. But yes, it certainly I think will help you upon our endeavors into the dungeons beneath.
Well, why don't we just see who gets out of the dungeon alive, shall we?
Ah, yes. Yes. Well, with good preparation, all three of us should make it out of the dungeon. It's unfortunate that our other companion, Ailry, won't be able to join us until perhaps a later date in time. But I believe the three of us will make quite a good business of it down below. Yes.
Yeah, we better get a lot of treasure because I'm not getting paid for this one.
Hmm. Yes. The greatest treasure of all shall be the glory and friendship that we forge along the way.
I don't know about that. We're not getting paid by the hour here.
That is accurate. As adventurers, you are only paid in what you bring back. And as a reminder for the players, every gold piece you bring back is taxed at 50% by the All Watch. And we'll say, from the kind of work you do here, right? Like someone found this, they set up a quest, you've arrived here. The rules basically are if you leave, you're opening it up for other adventuring groups to come in and potentially get the treasure. So that's always the danger. You also know that the All Watch, they tend to hang around these places. Like you're not gonna sneak out of here without paying them. And those who don't tend not to make it very far. There's always somebody that claims that they've made it past the All Watch, and that doesn't fly. So it's I would recommend as first time adventurers you not tussle with the City Watch.
I wouldn't dream of it. In fact, I've already spoken with them before we came down here. I've acquired the requisite paperwork forms and begun to fill them out myself. So, should be a simple process of paying our taxes upon exiting the dungeon.
You've got all the itemized lists of what you're bringing in, what you're
Of
planning to
course.
take out. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
excellent. Well, in that case, let's get started. Is you are gearing up. You know what? I didn't ask Glafluid. Glafluid, how are you preparing? Like, is there anything special you're doing?
Um, I think I'm just like affixing my various magical items to me.
Nice. That's right. You've got some magic in you. You've got the components and whatnot
Yeah.
for that. Nice. All right. Well, if you look, I've included a map for you. Uh, you will be entering from the northern side down, so kind of that tall hallway leading into 101. Um, the way His Majesty the Worm works is I give you the entire map. It is all labeled with numbers so that the players can see where they're going. I'll post it down below. There may be secret areas in here. That's the only thing that's left off this map. Other than that, you can kind of tell me where you're going. So the hallway down here leads down some steps and probably a little bit longer than that small hallway is showing. Like there's a little bit of walking to get here. And I guess the question is, what's your light situation looking like?
I believe Gluff Fluid is standing behind me and has the torch because she can just reach into my bag and light the torch while I have my two-handed mace.
I can't, I'm not tall enough to reach into your bag.
No, no, I put them in the lower pockets.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, you're fine.
I like that. Like the bag has a little hanging strap so that glove fluid can get stuff out of it. Actually, yeah, that's fun. Excellent. So, as a reminder, these dungeons are completely lightless for the most part. You're used to this. So, the torchlight is bouncing off the walls. You're getting this kind of briny smell
Hmm.
as you arrive to the open door. We'll say to 101. There, um, you see that this entry room that the torchlight is flickering over has very like beautifully laid stones. You're kind of used to the city with maybe aged brickwork. These look almost like sharp edged and keen and well laid together. On the kind of opposite wall of where you enter, there is a mural with a beautiful elvish couple, a man and a woman, that are dressed in fine outfits, and kind of slapped against it in a weird sort of, there's like a mud. I'm hesitant to say it's an addition. It looks intentional from the way it's put. Like it's not just a mud splatter, but there's just like a shape between them.
Hmm.
Ah,
Very.
secret. Of course.
Ah, well, this looks comfortable at least. Craftsmanship is of superb excellence.
Who
Begin,
cares,
Mister.
Tempest? If it's not valuable to us, let's move on.
Oh,
I'll knock on the wall.
Yeah, does
Yeah,
it sound hollow? That's a good.
yeah, you knock on the wall and there's a definite like I don't know how you put it. You definitely think there's a cavity beyond this.
Oh,
excellent work, Mister Runeview. Excellent. Perhaps we
that's
should.
Miss Rune, you son of a bitch.
My
Whoa!
my mistake. The genders of other races other than orcs perplex me. I have such trouble telling them apart. I do apologize.
That's true. That's true. That's fair.
This guy's never seen genitals before.
I have not.
Hey, that's my line.
All right, so what? We just knock this bad boy down, and I'll get out my silver mace.
Okay. You're gonna try smacking it down.
I'm gonna
Let's learn
smash the
how to do
mural just like.
a test of fate is the
All right,
perfect opportunity here.
I love it.
So,
No.
yep, if we look on our card drawing thing, you will be drawing for the minor arcana. The number you want to hit plus your swords will be
Yeah.
14.
All right, easy. I'll just do it.
You
Watch me.
just do it.
So I'm gonna draw from the minor arcana,
Correct, the minor arcana. Just
and
flip
that
that
is
over.
a 3 of Pentacles.
Okay. So the 3, I'm going to guess you don't have an 11 sword
No, I
stat.
do not. But you know what?
Uh
I think I might just tempt fate.
oh, you're going to push it.
Yeah,
In which case you're going to draw a second card,
that's
add
right. I'm a
those
gambler.
numbers. And if you fail, that's when it gets bad.
Oh, the Queen of Cups. We're
The
good.
queen. Yes.
Never
Excellent.
punished. I'm gonna
So,
put it in the discard now.
yes, please do. So with that, the queen is worth I want to say 13. Don't quote me on that as the rule expert. The moral of the story is to always gamble. Yes, correct. Uh,
Easy.
so this is a normal success as uh, Garl, you start to slam into this wall with the mace, and the fine stonework takes a bit. Like you're really having to knock out, and eventually you start to knock out full blocks of it that go clattering into a room beyond it. Immediately you are hit with this wave of charred flesh
Oh boy,
in there,
that's not
like
too good.
yeah, and
Hmm.
dust, but it's kind of old, if that makes sense. Like it's not a fresh bit, but it
So
it
we're
gets
going
kicked
south
off.
from 101.
Correct, you're going
Okay,
south from 101.
understood.
And I'll say, because I drew from the meat grinder and I forgot to tell you up front, that kind of gust of air as Garl knocks that stone out. Glove fluid, mark your torch as guttering 1. I
Okay.
drew the magician, so the way this works is every room you go to, I draw off the meat grinder. 5 of those are the torch going, so that's the first thing that happens.
Oh boy.
Excellent work, Ms. Ruinview and Mr. Gemstonwall. Fascinating. Secret passage.
Yeah.
Right right between the mural of these two elven women. Fascinating. I wonder who they were.
Doesn't matter. What did you do, Tempest?
Well, I like to think that I stood back and allowed my finest students to ply their
Oh,
trade.
this again.
How else are we to learn, Mr. Gemstonwall, unless we are active and do things? And you've done it successfully and well.
That's right. I'm
Congratulations.
learning things I dislike about you every day.
Perhaps we should enter this chamber beyond.
Yes, in formation. That's gonna keep us alive.
And
I
the
agree.
formation, just so I remember, is Garl first, then Glafluid and Tempest bringing up the rear in the command position. Some would say.
Rear guard. Rear guard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Walking into, well, you kind of have to like push through these stones here. You enter this room, and it's very much the sort of catacomb feel of stacked bones, skeletons. Uh, they all appear very long limbed, and you would dare say elvish here, and they've all been badly burnt and
Hmm.
then looks like put into this room.
Is this some sort of tomb, I take it? Um, well, fellows, what do you think?
Let's look for valuables. Hopefully, they were someone important and of renown.
You know, some cultures will bury sacrifices in buildings to make sure the foundation is good.
Hmm.
I, I
Well,
like I like that. Yeah, Garl, you start digging around in there. Yeah, you have to displace some bodies as you're going there.
They're
Tempest, are
just
you?
bodies. They don't need it.
Yeah. Are the other two helping, watching? What are you doing as Garl is looking?
I'm gonna try to look around for any sign that these skeletons might animate and try to kill us.
Ah, very good. Very good.
uh,
Tempest?
yes, I'll also assist Mr. Gemston Wall
In
uh,
defiling the
in
corpses.
well, but very not in a defiling way, in a very reverential way. I'm still searching these.
He like turns them over, tucks them in.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Cloth Fluid, could you give me a cups test? This is not
Up
a
check.
high stakes one necessarily. Oh,
Wait. So do I just like draw it out?
yep, draw it out, and then I think if you
Then
just click it, it'll flip it.
flip. Oh, 8. Or
8.
wait, what is that
Yeah,
number?
that is the 8.
8.
It is the 8 of swords.
I don't think that's a pass.
Probably not. You won a
Yeah.
14. Are you going to push?
Yeah,
Um.
what is the it was cups, right? What's your
Yeah.
cups?
Correct. It
What's
is
your
It's
cup
cups.
score?
2. It's
So
2.
you have a 10, so you just need a 4 or above.
Oh, is that how it works? Like I get to add on if I
Correct.
push?
You add on to it.
No,
So
you add
yeah,
on regardless.
right.
Oh
So if
no,
you
okay. So you have your cups roll, so you add your cups stat, and then you draw the card. You add that to your cup
Yeah.
stat, but
So
then you
yep,
can
so
add on a different one if you decide to test fate.
yeah.
so it's like blackjack. You can kind of like
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
hit
yeah,
me.
kind of. Yeah, you
this guy's gonna
exactly.
bust.
But if you get hit, yeah, then
All
you bust.
right, I'll push then. Yeah, I'll push.
All right.
Gambling's fun.
It is.
I'm gonna bust. Uh,
Oh,
3.
Oh
So
oh.
yeah,
So
tough.
fluid.
13.
All right.
Oh, the unlucky number.
We had called it officially by the rules. It's a great failure, but this I think will be a. I liked our commentary of a miserable failure. It's more fun. Um, so as the others are digging there, Glowfluid, your torch gutters, which is the event that I drew. But as you are leaning in to kind of look at these, the smell of sulfur just kind of burns into your nostrils, and you have a flashback like you were there at this raging inferno that is consuming just it looks like a party of elves. It's horrifying to watch them all burn alive and scream. So mark the stressed condition, I think, on this, as you're basically getting flashbacks. I think it's called stress. It's the first attribute on your character sheet. It will make it tougher to heal if you go to camp.
Mm-hmm.
You can't heal all stress, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
You need to work
Deal
on
with the
that
stress first.
first. Yep. Yep.
Got
Um,
it.
perfect. The other two, as you are looking around, um, you do find that there is a like a charred pockets here and there. So go ahead and throw in 5 gold. The dungeons always have like these little gold pieces, but
Ooh.
Garl, since you're the first one that said it, you're gonna find this. You additionally find a ring on one of these bodies, and it appears to be like just a simple golden wedding ring.
Okay. Not a coin.
Not a coin.
I'll bite it to see if it's real, and it
Yep,
is.
it is real.
I do have a question. Does
Yes.
treasure have to fit in the pack? Because I did not account for that.
You
Mhm.
know, what a great question.
Shit.
Um, I would say since you gave up your torch, you can use one of those slots, maybe.
I mean, it's coins in a ring. I got
Yeah, you've
Pockets.
you've got a pocket that you can put that. I'll say if you find something bigger,
yeah, yeah.
I'll make you. Yeah,
Hang
I'll
it
make
from
you
your
spend the
beard.
effort.
Sounds good. Ooh,
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you just nod it in there.
easy.
Easy
Hmm.
peasy. I like it.
Huh,
Um,
this is what I found. I'll be honest and reveal everything I found. So we found 5 gold pieces
yep.
total or each?
Total. So it's not a lot. Like it's a very minimal amount, but
Oh, this one's an ale. A pub.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can get a little something for that. Additionally, the ring, as you bite into it, your teeth hit a little groove on it. Um, and you see that it is engraved with text very, very nicely put in. My darling Killiam.
Hmm.
Well, they don't need it. Shall we keep moving south? Or was this a one-off room with
You
no?
look. It's kind of like you think you'd have to break out the wall on the
So
other
they were
side as
entombed.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we want to do that, or do we just want to do the dungeon proper?
Perhaps we should investigate the remaining uh, doorways that we passed
Yeah,
before
let's
we
let's do that.
spend the effort smashing
Okay.
down the wall.
All right. I like as you are looking and kind of listening at the doors. Now you think the one to the west, you hear very faint snoring, and there appears to be like a little bit of light coming under the door.
Hmm.
Um, the other side is quiet, but you do hear there is like a bit of shuffling movement every once in a while, like something big is moving around in there.
So this dungeon is populated with beings and creatures of some kind. Fascinating. Perhaps it not as not as uh not as dead in here as we thought it was. Uh, young Miss Runeview, what do you think?
Well, our torch is almost out, so if any of them have light under them, we should go to that one. Did you say one of them had light?
Yes, the western one.
Yeah,
Oh,
so let's go to
light
that.
going.
the sounds of snoring as well. Perhaps whatever creature dwells within is asleep, and we can use this to our advantage.
Anything that sleeps can't be that dangerous. I feel like that's an endearing quality.
Ah, yes. Well, I think some. Well, I agree with you. I do think though that is problematic. Dragons sleep, as far as I'm aware. So do bears and ogres. Quite dangerous.
Like the old saying, does a dragon sleep in a cave?
Yes, they shit there too. You
That's yeah,
know.
I've heard that. All right, let me draw this so I see what number we have. All right. As the group goes towards the west, towards 114, um, the door there opens into a room that is lit by chandeliers that have like a few candles in them. So it kind of matches about the level of your torchlight, right? Is
Mhm.
it's not blazing bright in here, but you can see pretty well. The next thing you notice is that this appears to have been almost uh, like a dining room sort of thing. There's tables set up with chairs around them. Um, but on every chair that you can see, there is a wicker person. So, like sewn together reeds in the shape of a person, and they're all just sitting there quietly, just kind of facing in towards the table. And there is a snoring sound from deeper within, and it's pretty easy to see that there is a brightly dressed man just face down on one of the tables with a bottle of wine next to him.
I
Appears to
don't
be
like this.
a human man.
Uh,
Maybe he was having a tea party.
yeah, probably Elvish would be your
Uh,
guess based on ears. Uh, not to guess, but that's kind of what you're thinking.
So do we just club him?
well, Miss Runeview, Mister Gemsonwall, are we not the first to enter into this dungeon space?
That
Who
means they live here, right?
for how long?
I don't like these little dolls.
They give me quite the creeps. Yes.
That's
Perhaps we should.
something we can agree on.
Perhaps we should wake this gentleman up and see if he can give us some information about what this place is and perhaps what treasures lie within.
Why can't we just club him and be done with it?
Well, if we do that, then we gain no information from him.
But we gain our safety.
Eh, I don't think that's necessarily true. Look at him; he's simply in his cups, passed out. How much of a threat can he pose? Plus, as Miss Runeview so astutely put, he does sleep. How dangerous can he be?
Yeah, are
A
you
lot of
afraid of
dangerous things sleep. Yes, Tempest.
are you afraid of an
I'm
elf?
one of them. I just
Oh shit!
I've had some bad experiences with elves. They used to bully me in grade school.
What?
Oh.
It's terrible.
Very much so.
Terrible.
But I guess we can't you know, blanket statement an entire ancestry. So hey, wake up!
Miss, wake up! And I shake her.
and this man wakes up, and you can see he's again very brightly dressed in we'll say kind of like a pink and orange outfit. It's against the rest of this, it's very garish looking, and he's got like a nice goatee and everything. There's a little bit of spit there from where he's done. You can tell like he's kind of been laying in a puddle of wine, and he gives that blink towards Garl. Oh, yeah. Oh, getting more party goers. Welcome, welcome. Take a seat. Take a seat. And
Is he speaking in like Vulganis?
um
Vulgaris?
he is speaking. Great question. We have a few languages here.
Oh yeah.
He will actually speak. I think Tempest, you probably understand him. He's speaking in chivalric.
Ah, yes.
I
Well,
can't understand you.
Mr. Jemison, well, let me, perhaps I can be of service here. She speaks the high tongue, chivalric.
Yeah,
Perhaps I.
just let me know when it needs to get clubbed. I'll step back.
Oh, indeed. Hello, young woman. How are you? We
Dude.
I
three
think
are.
it's a guy, Tempest. You're really
What?
bad with your genders.
Yeah, I'm imagining you're kind of translating a little bit as you go, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
uh, it
Oh,
does seem he does recognize Vulgaris as you start talking. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He switches. Yes, I don't want to just be understood by a man of such fine standing as Orc Man here. Clearly,
yes. Hello.
I
Whoa, his
I see
Vulgaris sounds fancy too.
you all speak this, don't you? Is that not the lingua franga, whatever? And he definitely seems like he's still in his cups there. Uh, I mean, pull down a seat. There's the we push the here. He'll kind of get up and move one of the wicker people, and as he like picks them off the chair, he's able to move their legs and stuff. He just kind of stands them off to the side and pats a chair.
Oh,
How about now? Hang on with old Lemony.
I do apologize, young, and I turn to Glafluid. Young man?
Yes.
Young young man, uh your name is Lemony, you said?
Lemony. Lemony
Lemony.
Flickerbird at your service.
Mr. Flickerberg, it's a pleasure to meet you. Can you tell us what this place is, other than a room for uh parties and fetes?
Well, it's a wedding, isn't it?
Wedding? Who is
Uh,
getting married?
it's the princess Tipichikaba, Tibbity, Tibbity, Tipichikaba. She's yeah, long Elvish name. I can't say it. I'm drunk. And
Ah,
the prince Kilolilumum.
Prince Killian. Yes,
Is that what I said?
I perhaps.
Yeah. Hell,
Oh, the dead guy,
what?
Prince
Um.
Calilium.
Make a what's I'm gonna mess it up
The
if I'm
reason
not
why I say
careful.
that is we
What's
have the
the
ring.
social? Yeah, what's the social thing? I think that's cups, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Stands to
Yeah, okay.
reason.
Yeah. You can make a cups check.
I can attempt the
You
cups
may
check.
attempt a
I
cups
do
check.
add a +1.
Hell
Cups
yeah.
check. Woo.
This is what you're
Yeah.
good at.
Oh, King of
The
Pentacles.
king.
Easy game.
So not a great success
I got a
because it
15.
doesn't match, but yes,
Yeah.
15 total does succeed. Um there is a hitch in his kind of demeanor as you say like, "Oh,
The dead guy.
the dead guy?" Um and he then just there's very much like a I'm going to play it cool. What do you mean he's dead?
What do you mean?
I'm saying you're at his well, everybody's waiting. The guest is waiting and he points south. He's waiting for the king and the prince and the princess.
So I lean towards Tempest and say, I found this, dead guy. The ring said to Killian.
Hmm.
Should I bring the dead guy in here and show him?
Ooh, perhaps not. I think that would simply spook him further. Uh,
Chivalric
hmm.
talkers. You.
Well, Mr. Jimson, well, with a little bit of tutelage, I believe you could learn to speak the chivalric tongue as well. Elevate your speech
Hooting.
to a
I
higher.
didn't have
Yes.
any beans.
Well, I should hope not, but clearly you could speak the chivalric tongue as well as any, if with a little bit of.
No.
Oh, all right then.
No, no. Um, I
No.
will remind people, because since we haven't played this before, if you are embodying your um, bond with someone else, uh, I'm kind of leaving this up to you to do as you go. So, like, for example, Garl has a rivalry bond with Tempest. If
Mhm.
you think you're
That's right.
playing that out, go ahead and put like a little X or something next to that. Charge it
Oh,
Yeah.
for when you
Been there,
rest.
done
Yep,
that.
perfect. When you rest, you'll heal. I'll kind of leave it up to you to keep track of when you're playing that up. But yes,
yeah,
uh,
I'll mark that because you are my mentee.
perfect, perfect.
Yes.
Yep. So you are embodying that. That will help you later. But yes, he's kind of looking at you as you are huddling, I assume, and being like, should we bring the body in? Should we not? And he takes another swig of his thing and then kind of shakes it, does the whole like it's empty sort of thing.
Oh. Perhaps we should ask him about who the guests are that will be attending this wedding.
Yeah. Or
Perhaps
we can say, so tell me about this Killian, who's definitely still alive and having a party.
Prince Killiam is he's a kind-hearted kind of person, and he's
You
well,
like
I would have
cold-hearted.
said that. I would have said
Get
he's
it?
cold heart. What?
No, I'm whispering to Tempest because he's dead.
yes. See, quite witty, yes.
Yes, he's he's the kind of
Yeah.
person you want to have a drink with.
Um,
Yeah, everybody loves him. He's the kind of friend you wish you had in the world,
Hmm.
and it's the worst place without him in it if he's truly dead.
And Mr. Snicket, did you say your last name was?
No,
Uh,
Flickerbird, how dare you?
Flickerberg. I apologize, Mr. Flickerberg. And how do you? Are you on the bride's side or the groom's side of the wedding? How were you invited? What is your relationship with them?
Uh, a relationship with him. Yeah, I was on the bride's side,
Ah, yes.
and
Well,
Garl, you've succeeded before. You're getting the feeling that this guy wasn't on the bride's side. Like he's kind of bullshitting you.
hmm,
Mr. Stormwind, I think he doesn't know what he's talking about. Look at his state. Such a disgrace. I
quite
could
an
drink more than
established.
that.
Hmm.
You
Tempest Stormwind would not advocate for you to get into a drinking contest with this guy, but
But
Colin
Colin
is
would,
here for
yes.
it.
You know
well,
what, Mr. Flickerberg? I challenge you to a drinking
Oh,
contest.
I wouldn't do that. You'd get an ass
yeah,
beat.
Yeah,
wait,
we're rooting for you. You
hold
can't.
up,
You're not
hold
legally
up.
allowed to drink.
Yep, I love this. I'm on board. I'm out of alcohol, but I happen to know that there is more alcohol in this area. And he describes to you, if you happen to have a map, for example, he would describe room 105 to you, basically. Go down the hallway, all the way. Uh, there's a room in 102 that's not marked well. There should be a door there. Just keep going down the hallway. Take
Hmm.
a take a right. Keep going. You, you'll go there. It'll be great. But don't go in the big open area. That's where the sad sack is.
The sad sack.
Yeah. Everybody talks about how nice the king, the princess and prince are, and they just completely abandoned one of their guests. So rude, so rude.
What makes the sack sad?
Oh, he's sad because everybody abandoned him at the festivities.
Including you. That's on you, too.
What? I
You abandoned him.
Oh, you don't want to hang around him. He's so sad all the time.
Oh, yeah. I know. Energy vampires. Just,
No,
you don't
he's
want to
not
be
a
near him.
vampire. He's like a big blobber person.
Interesting.
A blob of person.
He's
I've
like
fought vampires, but I haven't fought blob of persons.
he's got the little. He's got those things you've got, but like actually big, and he's like miming.
Listen, buddy, I don't want to talk about
Tongue?
size here.
Yeah, that's right. You know,
So we're gonna get your alcohol and
Yes.
Glufluid here. I don't know what Glufluid's gonna do.
I've outdrank many a man, including Tempest.
It is true. It is true. Ms. Runeview quite is proficient in retaining her cups.
Just hold it in your lungs. It's not fair.
I don't know what that means. You shouldn't drink with your lungs. It's bad for you.
Oh, Glufluid did it once.
Can confirm.
Did once. Oh,
Mr. Winkerbean,
Flickerbird.
Flickerbird, yes, I do apologize. Um, do you have any perhaps treasure? Perhaps you'd be willing to put as
Uh,
stakes for our drinking game?
yeah, I'll think about it.
Hmm.
I bet and he's like patting his pockets, like he's kind of thinking about. Yeah, I, I bet I could come up with a reward or something.
Oh, wonderful. Well,
So
and
we're
also,
walking away, right?
well, no, yeah. I was also going to be like, also, what the fuck is the devil with these people made of straw here? The Wicca people.
The wicked people,
Yeah.
they're, they're like sea holders. They're my best friends. And he goes
Hmm.
over and he like puts his armor on one and brings it close to him. Aren't you, buddy? Kind of gives it like a noogie, and it makes that wicker sound of rasping.
Tempest, this man has been
Oh,
drinking in the dark for who knows how long.
yes, and we can agree he's definitely fucking those wicker dolls, right?
Yo, see, this is why we should have just clubbed him in the head and moved on.
No, no, we've gotten some valuable information. We've learned the location of perhaps some priceless alcohols and wines, which we
You know
can
what?
sell
I
later.
did give you that. I will give you
Oh,
that.
thank you, Mr. Jimson.
Credit where's credit's due.
Well, then perhaps we should go to the door yon opposite, where the massive shuffling sound was heard.
Right.
Terrific. Yes, to alcohol then, gentlemen and
Maybe we
lady.
can keep it for ourselves and sell it
Thanks. Thanks,
to get.
folks. You're good friends. I won't forget you. I'll come up with a reward. Is kind of the last thing as the door shuts behind him. Let me,
Excellent.
you know what?
Okay.
I didn't include the event, so let me double check what the event is on the old meat
Rocks
grinder.
fall.
Everyone dies.
Uh,
That happened in Dungeon
right.
Crawl Classics, which was
It
funny.
it really did.
I was like, holy shit.
It
Check out
probably
that
won't be
video.
quite that. Okay, yeah, I'll tie this into the next room then. As uh, the group of you go to 102, the torch is still kind of flickering here, and in this room there is no light whatsoever.
Hmm.
And as you are entering, you open the door. You can see this room probably used to be a kitchen of some kind at one point. There are tables set up. There are like cooking equipment, pots, pans that are incredibly rusty. They are disused. Uh, any like a bunch of the tables have collapsed. This place has not had really anyone looking at it. But also, you can't help but notice that about halfway into the room there is probably about a 9 foot tall what looks like a walrus man in kind
Whoa.
of yeah in
Should have led with
very
that.
yeah
Look at those tusks.
yeah
Holy shit.
Whoa.
yeah and you see
I
like
feel emasculated.
his lights his eyes kind of catch the light and have to squint, but he looks like he is preparing a plate of something as he's kind of slapping
Huh.
it down. And we'll say as well that there is this is the other event here. Off in that northeast corner, you see another one of these shapes, and it seems like it's just kind of hunched over, and you hear faint like crying noises from that
This
corner.
this is another walrus man in that corner hunched
Yeah.
over?
Yep. So
Hmm.
he's like 5 feet tall because he's like sitting on his butt.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, maybe we should try another route.
I mean, we could, if they're not good at seeing in the dark, we could sneak past them.
Well,
I don't know.
once again, they haven't come to attack us. He's clearly seen the light of our torch,
You
and
want to call out to them?
yeah, perhaps we should
Hey, just
speak
passing
first.
through.
Yeah. I say there, hello, hello.
And it, they look at you like, with like a big cow eye, whatever, where
Yeah.
it's just kind of looks at you. And there's not a lot of like extra there, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Um, but he gives like a grunt. There's like, and you see he grabs a plate from over there, and he pulls it over, and he very clearly is moving what he was working on onto a plate, and then he slides it across a nearby table towards you.
What is it? What
It
exactly are the contents?
it looks like mud, and like there's little bits of rock in there,
Mhm.
and maybe like a little bit of plant matter, but it's dirt. It's dirt.
Ah.
This what they call salad?
No, I don't believe salad usually has leafy green vegetables and other such accoutrements on it.
Oh, so rabbit food
Oftentimes,
then.
croutons. Yes, more or less, but sometimes with cheese and balsamic vinaigrette.
Balsamic. What? What's
Vinaigrette.
a
You see, Mr. Jemison, while it's made
oh,
from
like pickle juice?
yes, but less dill, more with other herbs and spices added to make a different sort of flavor. But yes, you've got the right idea of it. Yes.
Ah,
I don't think we should eat the dirt plate, personally. Um,
can't we just walk by him and isn't the entrance to the hallway on the other side of the room?
it is, yes.
I'm just gonna
I,
start walking.
all right, well, off we go then.
So you're just abandoning the plate there. Like this thing kind of looks back at you and sees that you haven't touched the plate at all, and
Oh
there's just
god.
kind of like a oh like this depressed little feeling from
Oh,
that. And
sorry, man. You should have made better food.
yeah, it just seems really sad that you didn't eat the food.
Oh,
And
I kind of want to eat food.
yeah, where were you going from there, would you say? Because if you're going in that hallway, you're basically going to pass right by that
103.
like
Yeah.
sobbing thing. 103, yeah, so 103 is kind of like the probably a pantry, you think. That door is definitely shut.
And
Um,
is it locked?
it seems like they've put a chair up against it,
Oh,
like
to
to
keep
hold it
something out?
shut. To hold it shut, it looks like.
Oh,
So the
And
chair's
then
on our side.
correct. The chair's on your
Yikes, that's
side.
not a good sign.
Yeah, in the hallway, there's not a door on the map because I missed it, but
yeah,
there's basically two doorways on that wall.
right. I kind of figured.
Okay. Well,
Before Mr. Jemison, before we approach the doorway to which leads to alcohol, I have an idea. Perhaps we should see if it'll pan out. I'd like to get the plate of dirt food and see if I can give it to the sobbing person.
Oh, I like that.
that's probably why they were crying in the first place. If I got served that, I'd cry too.
Well, we don't know their culture. Perhaps she wishes this is a delicacy to them. I have no idea.
Then why aren't you eating it?
Well, there are different species than ourselves. I mean, you know how I enjoy, orcs such as ourselves enjoy the taste of raw meat off the bone, when
Oh
other
hell
creatures
yeah.
enjoy a rabbit food. It's just simple differences in the species. You never know. This sort of tusked sea creature person, they might eat dirt and pebbles and bits of vegetable matter. Yeah.
All right. So it sounds so Tempest, you're going back, grabbing the plate.
Yep,
Is that accurate?
that's
I'm
that.
just gonna watch.
That is
Yeah.
what I'm doing. God
And
help me.
you do see the other
God help
like
you indeed.
the big walrus guy that was preparing this watches you take it over. And Tempest, you
Just
see
throw
this
it.
one
Piss
that's
him off.
kind of quietly sobbing, and you realize as you get close with this plate that they're sobbing because in their like big kind of flippery mitt, they've got like a little compact mirror, and they just look like they're kind of eyeballing it. And every time, like they'll wipe an eye and then look in the mirror, and then just break out again.
Oh, they probably didn't always look like this.
Poor things. There. Calm down now. Calm down. I brought you a big plate of dirt and mud.
Oh, yeah. And again, like they don't really have a language that you understand, so
Just honks.
it's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, and
Can you understand me? Simply give me a one for yes.
and
Were you?
it just starts shoveling some of this dirt into its mouth.
See, I told
Sets
you.
the mirror down. What's wrong?
Were you always look like this, or were
You can't just
cha-
ask people that.
Well, I simply I got the impression.
Holy
No.
shit!
Yeah.
Social faux pas.
I
And
do
it, it
apologize.
it kind of not. I mean, it nods like no.
Well, we didn't even establish what no means. Can we get a what for a no?
No.
Can you say no?
No.
Damn
The
it.
answer to that question was yes, both times.
Oh,
Can you not say no? Okay, I think we've reached the limit of this creature's
Yeah.
brain
You
capacity.
can almost
you
see
can't
like a
just
little
say that,
smoke
Fluid.
burning. Yeah, like oh.
All right. Listen, did something happen that led to your current condition? See,
Mm,
that's how you're supposed to say it.
Hmm.
no. 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 No.
Oh, he
No.
wants paper. He
No.
can write. Oh, oh.
No.
Shit.
Look,
No.
I can talk to animals, okay? Let me just use my spell.
What?
Ooh.
I just
Ooh.
wanted to see you guys suffer a little bit.
Oh, Fluid.
So what's that look like? I like it.
um so I place a mummified dire spider egg under my tongue. Ew. It's really big, so it garbles my speech and makes me only comprehensible to animals.
I
Hmm.
like it. So to the other two, and I think casting a spell, make sure you spend a resolve. I think is the kind of the resource for it.
Wait, how
Um,
many resolve do I have?
you should have four to begin
Four.
with.
4. Okay.
Yep,
Hmm.
yep.
It's like
And
rerolls, right?
uh, I think it's mostly for powering abilities.
Oh.
And you might be right. I'd have to double check.
No, I don't know.
This is the beauty of
I'll look at
definitely remembering all the rules. Um, yeah, as you start doing that, it's to the other two. It's just a blah 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 kind of back and forth. But as you're talking to it, its long moans start to make words to your mind. Um, I was trying to get in touch with it. They always sound British. I don't know why the spell does this. I was only trying to get in touch. Uh, the master received a letter from the princess Tatikamuk, inviting him to this place, which brought us here.
That's very interesting. I'm afraid that all of the elves except for one drunk alky have perished in a horrible conflagration.
Oh, and again, there's a uh, it's
It's
like
just
the
Five
oh.
Nights at Freddy's.
it's the camel from from Banjo Kazooie. Uh, um, hi, that's unfortunate news. Our master seems to think that all of the elves abandoned him. Uh, that's part of why we've stuck around. He's been hoping that they will return. He's in quite a state. Uh,
Hmm.
The sad sack, we've heard him referred to as.
Such
Hmm.
cruelty for the Prince Relirock. Yes, but no, he's been waiting. It's been it was quite an insult, you see, sir, that they invited him to this party, and then by the time we arrive, had completely abandoned this. And you say the elves are all dead. This is
Yep.
really unfortunate. I would ask that you would prove that to our master, so that we could move on from this place. It's,
Yeah, maybe
this
that's why they didn't invite him.
Our master doesn't get invited many places.
Why
He's
is that? Is he some sort of dick?
uh,
Classy.
our our master is sensitive.
Oh, I see. He's a crybaby.
Uh, and they kind of lock those eyes across the room. If you say so, sir.
Well, we'll see if we can sort this whole situation out without any sort of problem occurring or any violence occurring, because we're people of peace.
Hmm.
In the meantime, do you think that if we showed the dead bodies to your master and stopped him from crying, we could get paid with a significant reward, preferably in gold?
Hmm.
um, yes.
Why does Glued sound like that?
If
Yeah.
you, yeah, gold's the one word that crosses over between the
Yeah.
gold. uh, no, I suppose if you could convince him that yes, the prince and princess did not completely abandon him, but I think you would need very good evidence of that to do that.
Well, we have the prince's ring, and I guess we could probably chop off one of his hands or something.
Oh goodness, if you say so, sir. Um, I would suggest you be careful. I would still think you need to prove that the princess did not also abandon him. It was from her the invitation, technically, so it would be best if he knew.
Who's the princess?
The princess Tatikamuk.
Of course, yeah, but could you elaborate a little bit?
Um, elvish woman about yay high, and again the other seed like this flipper coming out. The princess, known for her beauty. uh, I don't quite know what else you want, sir. It's
That's
the
what they say
bride.
about all elves. They're always known for their beauty. There's never been a dwarf that's been known for their beauty. God damn it.
Hmm.
They
Seems
lock eyes
obsessed.
across the kitchen again. If you say so.
Well, okay. We'll be back soon.
Very good. Good day, sir. Ma'am. Sorry. Dwarves. Hard to tell.
Yeah, well, I can't tell what gender you are either, Tusk boy.
Wow.
Neither.
Oh, well, fair enough. All right, so I'll spit the spider egg out.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Back in the pocket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Ugh.
casting spells doesn't use up the components. So, yeah. Yep.
Oh,
You keep 'em.
Well, boys, it looks like there's been some sort of misunderstanding. There's some sad crybaby in the other room who thinks he wasn't invited to a party. And all we need to do is prove that the princess didn't invite him because she was dead. And we will get a significant reward in gold.
Then who
oh.
invited him?
I don't think anybody invited him.
How do you get here to the address?
Beats me.
Also, when you say the sad sack in the next room, you mean that room, the room with the door that's been barred with the chair,
Uh,
Maybe.
or are we in the room with the sad sack?
he seemed to be pointing more towards like the larger open
Yeah, so we
areas
are in
there.
the room with the sad sack.
Uh,
No.
not from his impression. He was kind of gesturing towards like W1, W2 area
Oh
for
God.
that. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get this alcohol,
Agreed.
and we'll probably find proof the further we go into
Hey.
this dungeon.
Ms. Renview, did you happen to ask why the door is barred into the other chamber here?
Looks like you're gonna have to put that nasty spider egg back in your mouth.
All right, 1 second. Ah!
Yeah, it had picked up the mirror and was starting to cry again and puts it back down. Yes, may I help you, ma'am?
Why is the door barred?
Oh, those nasty little scaly creatures are in there. We captured a few of them, and they keep trying to take all our stuff.
Oh, goblins, huh?
No,
Wow.
scaly little
Goblins with a skin condition.
And he's kind of gesturing like bread box-ish side, maybe.
Lizard?
Uh, kind of.
Is it the kind of lizard that turns you to stone or kills you with a single drop of poison or something?
No. It
Well, then
mostly
we'll probably
steals
be
your
fine.
shit. Yeah.
And by the way, you shouldn't torture yourself by looking at your ugly mug in the mirror.
I can't help it. And that is like the dams flood. As soon as you're like your ugly face in the mirror, they just break down and start sobbing.
Oh.
And it's pretty loud too. That's something you're noticing as they're starting to sob. Like it's like a loud honk, like a honk cry. And standing right next to them, if they really keep going like this, it could actually probably hurt to be next to them. Like it's
Oh.
getting to that volume.
Ah. Miss Renview, perhaps you should calm them down. Ah.
Okay, I'll try to use my feminine wiles that I learned in the bar. Hey, look, buddy, I've seen
Oh,
worse with
boy.
better.
All right. I definitely need you to make a cups test here for this.
You got it. You got it.
Oh my
King
goodness.
of Cups.
Oh my So that is not only this is perfect. Not only did you succeed on an immediate draw, you got the suit you're looking for, which means it is a great success. And yeah, you've seen better for worse somehow immediately just kind of stops them and they well thank you. It's very kind of you to say that. I've never heard anyone say that before. I'm get have my mirror. I don't need it
Oh,
anymore. I know that the real beauty is inside me.
exactly. Look, I'm sure there's someone out there who's really into tusks. I mean, like maybe an orc woman or something, right? Am I right? Look, Garl was jealous.
Again, he's turning to you two going,
What are you talking about? I can't listen.
He's gesturing just to the wall. Perhaps he
What
wants
is
us
she
to
saying?
dance. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it seems you have lifted this being spirit though, and
Oh.
he hands you this little compact mirror that they were having, and you're looking at it. It's actually fairly nice. Like this is probably worth a bit of money if you were to
Hmm.
sell it there.
Hell yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, he said there were some treasure stealing lizards in the other room.
Perhaps
Oh,
we
so
can.
if we leave our treasure here, they can't steal it.
But we kind of have to go through there.
Uh,
Beat 'em up.
that
we
is a
don't.
mistake on my map. You do not have to go through 103. There is the hallway is on the same wall you are. You could just ignore that if you wanted to.
Oh, I see.
Well, perhaps we could be of assistance to these creatures and dispatch their treasure stealing lizards for them. Maybe
From
there's
the
a reward involved with that of some kind. I don't know.
so we gotta fight this fight that we don't gotta fight.
Well, look,
Simply
think
bring
about
it
it
up.
this way. If they're treasure stealing lizards, they must have
They have
stolen some
treasure.
treasure.
You're right. All right, let's kill him.
All right. So what are you?
Can't we just like open the door? You throw like a fireball in, I'll close the door.
Ooh, not that kind of wizard, sorry. I was
Also
thinking
might,
about that path in my youth, but
also might simply damage any treasure they have.
Oh shit, you're right.
We wouldn't want to melt down any gold then, would we?
If it was good treasure, it wouldn't have melted.
Unless it's scrolls of spell casting or
You know I can't read.
titles and
All
what
right,
I
well, looks like we'll have to do things the old-fashioned way.
I get out the pole axe. I get it around. Get
Got
it
the
ready.
two-handed mace.
Okay.
Perhaps Glafluid, you open the door, and Mr. Gemstonwall and myself go in, begin dispatching of these such creatures.
Left and right,
Should it
back to back.
should we enter the room as quickly as possible and close the door behind us so none of these treasure stealing lizards may escape?
That's right. Oh, or you can have your walrus friend lock the door behind us.
Well, we don't want to
Hell
be
in a cell.
locked in there. We simply want the door to be shut to prevent
Oh,
egress.
I want to get locked in there. They're stuck in there with me.
Well, then once you kill them, then what are you going to do?
Oh, I'll knock on the door and say, "Hey, we're good."
You
Yeah,
know,
I don't think we should be locked in there. Let's just
Yeah.
enter the room.
But
Shut the door.
doesn't being locked in there sound cooler?
what if they steal your weapons? You should leave your weapons outside. Go in,
I think that's a great
lock
idea.
the door.
Well, but weapons aren't treasure, according to Garl. That's just equipment.
All right. How about this? If they're good at stealing, let's use this rope I have in my pack and tie our weapons to ourselves to get a better grip.
Makes
Okay, yeah,
sense.
that's easy enough to do. I like that idea.
Oh, Mr. Gemstone, what a novel idea. Wonderful. Excellent.
Thank you. It's very pragmatic.
It's very good. I applaud you. Yes.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. All right, I'll need someone to tie my poleaxe to both of my hands.
Glaflu,
Yeah.
tie my mace to my hands.
Oh, of course.
So, just so I have a mental image, Tempest, you have both hands tied to this, right? Garl, do you have both hands tied to your mace?
It's tied to my wrists, so I can manipulate my hand.
Okay, so
My
there's
fingers.
still a
Yeah.
little thing, but it is a two-handed mace.
Yes.
Okay. Fluid, what about you? What's your
You can
what's your
start
hand
swinging it like this.
situation?
I'll just have the torch, and if things start to go wrong, I'll use my flare spell to like make it the torch
Nice.
explode.
PPK.
Oh, nice.
PPK.
It only
And-
does one wound.
And room 4. Yeah. Pretty much everything does a one wound though, so that's pretty par for the course. Okay, so it sounds like the other two are roughly tied to their things. The two walrus men are kind of eyeballing themselves again, but fine, whatever. And sounds Glafluid, you're the one opening the door.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. In that case, yes, you open the door. It creaks open, and you three are kind of watching, and you see this is very clearly a pantry on here, and yeah, you just see in the glimmering torchlight like these sets of slit eyes kind of turn towards you, and looks like tiny wyverns are all on the floor, and they've like broken apart pottery and like food spots there, but there's 5 of them and they just swarm out towards the group. So let's go into a challenge phase. And I'm going to
Oh,
do a better job of explaining it this time, maybe.
cue the music.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, no.
Oh,
So so I'm going to deal the cards to everybody. So everybody should be taking 4 cards into their hands. Um, and make sure, yeah, they're actually in your hands. The way this is going to work is these are your actions for the round and your initiative. So
Mhm.
one of the cards will become your initiative, lower goes first, and then the others will be actions you can take during the course of the turn. The kind of the main thing about your initiative when you're looking at your cards to choose, the lower number will go first, but that is also the number that things need to hit you. So if you go early, you're much easier to hit from anything. And really, pretty much anything is trying to hit your initiative. You don't show your initiative, though, until I call it out. So there's a little bit of like, it's, who's at what initiative. So you don't know what things AC is until we kind of hit it. On your turn, you may take one action. You can play any card to take that action. And because it is your action for the turn, let's say I wanted to attack, that is a sword's action. So you take the number on the card, add the sword's attribute that your character has, and if it beats whatever the monster's number is, you hit it and deal it a wound, for example. That's the same thing for spells. Avoiding um, helps. We'll do that as a separate sort of thing. Um, does that roughly make sense how the card plays work? You can additionally,
You can also lie
you can,
by
well, we'll get to the lying. So that's your main turn action. You can also do a minor action at the end of somebody else's turn. That is when the suit of the card you're playing matters. So let's say after these wyverns do something, Tempest wants to attack. You could then play a swords card, and you would attack with just the number on the card. You don't add your character's attribute there. So the minor actions
Oh,
are weaker than the others in that way. But I mean, if you've got like a king of swords, like you're gonna hit whatever it is you're gonna hit. So
yeah.
absolutely, you could keep that to use. Um, most of the other actions are pretty straightforward. Um, when you do things like avoid and dash, I wonder if this has a link to it. Nope. Okay. Um, that is the one where you would lay down the card, like dodge. You can lay it down, and that will add to your initiative when something tries to hit you. So, for example, you could have a fast initiative and say, I'm going to dodge with another like face down card. I won't know what that is. So, if I was to attack you, that's a bit more of a gamble, right? That's where you can start to bluff and be like, I put down an ace, which is a one on top. Like, I didn't get much better at dodging, but I made you think I was. Um, avoid lets you get out of danger, basically, is when you start fighting something like face on face, that's going to get you away from them without having to take a wound. Um, Roughhouse is kind of your maneuvering, your like disarm, displacing, rooting, tripping, kind of anything that's an attack that wouldn't do damage. Um, Aiding another lets you give somebody else a card to help them do an action, so they add that card to their stuff. No one has an animal for command, so you don't have to worry about that. Using an item, I think, is under cups. If you're like throwing a bomb, same as an attack, just beat their initiative. Um, that's kind of the main things of them. Um, you can also, if you look at the miscellaneous actions, that kind of catches a lot of the other stuff of like, oh, I want to bid lore, which we haven't talked deeply about, to try and learn something about them. Doesn't matter. Just throw out a card to do that. You need to reload a crossbow. Just throw out a card. That sort of thing.
Mhm.
Um, any questions on that from a high level? Okay. Nope.
Get
The only
at it, baby.
all
Let's do
right.
it.
The only thing I need to know as a GM is how many cards I draw. Going to be drawing 3 plus 1 for the type of enemy, plus 1 since they outnumber you. I don't get an extra one because there's not twice as many. They're
Mhm.
not larger than you, and there's nothing else. So I will be drawing 5 cards for my beautiful little fellas.
Oh, they're so sweet.
Yeah, the GM cards, obviously, because it uses the major arcana, there's cards higher than 14.
Yep.
So those activate abilities that these things can do. So at this point, go ahead and put out an initiative card face down.
How do we make sure they're face down when we drag them out? Like,
Let me see. It should just do it automatically, it looks like.
okay.
or you click it so you turn it over and then put
Oh,
it
there you
out.
go. Perfect.
So I'm gonna put my card just face down on my
Yep,
slot.
that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Hmm.
We're gaming.
Hey, here
Let's
we go.
do it.
All
Yeah.
right. So now I just go up through the initiative. Did anybody pick an ace initiative? No. Did anybody pick a 2? Yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
I did. Did
Interesting.
anybody else pick a 2?
And this is
No.
where we could potentially lie, right?
Yeah, probably.
No, if you did a 2, you'd say I did a 2. Like
Okay.
Oh,
as
I
you
thought you
go
could
up,
lie
you
about your
say
initiative,
you do,
so they
but
don't know
not
your
until it
AC.
gets called. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
see. I
Right. So
see.
like
Gotcha.
because we're at the 2 level, we'd throw it out, but
oh, then I got a
I'm not
2.
going to ask about a 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Perfect.
a
So
2. So
you can
I
go
wanted to lie.
first. Yep, you go first then is why I'm asking.
Okay. I want to smash the shit out of our little kobold here,
Yeah.
wyvern dude.
Yeah.
Um, and
Great.
it's a 2 to hit, right?
It is a 2 to hit.
So
So
I'm
you
gonna roughhouse,
okay.
and I play a 7 of pentacles.
That
That
will hit
hits,
them. Yeah, sure will.
right? And I guess I'm gonna like just charge down into this room, like like that. And I'm
Okay.
gonna shoulder bash this scaled creature onto the ground, and I'm gonna say, "Tempest to you!" Because now that they're
Okay.
on the ground, they have the rooted condition. No, not rooted, tripped condition.
Tripped condition. Awesome. Yes, I like that is you'll do that and we'll say you knock at least a few of them because there's like 5 of these little creatures,
Yeah,
but I
we're
think it makes
abstracting them.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
like
kind
as
of
a
all
group.
at
Sure.
once. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So because they are tripped, they cannot avoid move or dash, and melee
Okay.
attacks against prone targets have favor, so you get an additional +3. I believe.
Okay. So yeah, you've just knocked these little creatures around and they can't they're like scrabbling up on their feet. They're kind of like barrel shaped almost. So they're not very gainly creatures.
I'm
But I
just straight
like
up
that.
attacking them.
Yeah, yeah. You just rush in. That said, they then are going to use a card. Let me just double check. So this is where I go and look and say, hey, what can these things do?
Mhm.
Can't do that because it's tripped. That said, I am since Garl is right in the middle of them, going to activate. God, I don't actually have a lot of cards that I can
Good.
officially. Yeah,
Suffer.
I'll play.
Wow.
So
Yikes.
this is going to play out a lesser doom. So that's what they call the ace through 14 for major arcana. I guess it's not an ace, but 1 through 14. Um, and because Garl's right there, Garl, you knock into these things, you're pushing them around, and one of them just clamps onto your backpack. Uh, and it's like an upside down cat sort of thing. If you've ever seen them like
Ugh.
claw into it, and you can just see it starts tearing into your backpack,
No, my
and
treasure.
yeah, it starts to swallow what is in your ninth item slot.
My ninth item slot. That's so goofy. I love that.
Oh,
In my
shit.
ninth item slot is firewood.
Yeah. So the
That's
other
fucking
the
awesome.
other
Eat that.
look over and there's just one of these little things going
Ah,
and
damn it.
it's swallowing a
I've been
piece
there.
of firewood. Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, gosh.
I hope you choke on it, scum. Okay,
Yeah.
my firewood got eaten by a treasure
And it's like got a firewood shaped kind of like thing
in its
in it.
gullet. Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't think it's destroyed, it's just somehow gotten it.
You know, I'll
Uh,
be cutting that out of you later.
so that's turn. Then we're gonna go up 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6.
I have
Yeah.
4. I
Okay,
have
Oh,
4.
4.
okay.
4. All right, go ahead.
Um, I'm going to. Is it if I match their thing? Do I still hit?
They don't have a shield, so yes.
All right, so I'm going to use my 2 of wands. Oh wait, to uh,
And you
attack
can do
them.
anything because it's your turn. So yes, perfect. All
Yeah,
right.
with my sword.
All right. So you're just smacking them with your sword.
Yeah.
Uh, very good. That's
You said
pretty-
minor actions can be played at any time.
Yep, at the end of the turn. So now, since it's the end of
All right.
Fluid's turn, you may take another action.
I have a special ability because I've mastered my two-handed focus. That means during a minor action, I can actually attack with either a Pentacles or a Swords card. So I'm going to play a 10 of no, 10 of no, Queen of Pentacles. So I just hit for free.
Yeah, nice. And this completely slays one of these creatures.
Oh
As
yeah.
kind of a 1-2 combo between the two of you.
And that goes in the discard pile. Goodbye, friend. You
It
served me
does.
well.
It does.
So just so I understood that, Glow Fluid went throughout a 2, which is a hit
Yep.
because
Yep.
it meets or beats, and then you're able to play an action. Garl played that action.
A minor action, yeah.
A minor
It's
action.
Because of my special swords
Yep.
Okay.
character favors.
Are the different what are they called? Like talents? Are they minor actions, or how does a talent?
It's in the book. You can see.
Yeah, they'd usually say on them if you need to spend a resolve or if it's in part of the action itself, like
Okay.
another thing they do.
Okay, gotcha. Perfect.
In
Get
the
punny.
meantime, though, since Glow Fluid got up there, one of these things will take its own minor action at an 8. I'm gonna flip your card just so I remember your initiative there. Glow Fluid, this thing, another one of these just kind of grabs onto you, and what is in your uh looks like 14th item slot?
Actually, I don't think I put anything in there. I didn't get very far.
Whoa.
Well, I've got great news because it's digging around in your thing and it's not finding something. Like it's trying and it's straight up doesn't find an
Pocket
item.
lint. Haha.
No, my pocket sand is gone.
Now, Nathan, if we are abstracting the health of the enemy as a whole, my
Yes.
hammer, because it is twice the foe's initiative, which is 2,
Yep.
it deals 2 wounds instead of 1.
Okay. So you've not
Over
only
damage.
have you killed one, you've half killed another, basically.
Oh, very nice.
All right.
Love the hammer.
Yeah, so you've completely slammed this thing. It's failing to get into Glow Fluids. Like they're swarming the two of you that went in. So let's go up. Colin, you're the next one. There's nobody else
Yeah.
that can be.
Yeah,
So
you
what?
get a +3 just because you have favor because they're tripped. They're
Yep.
tripped up.
Okay, so I had a 5.
Yes.
All right, I'm still trying to grok how all of this works, but
Yeah. So now
then,
you'll play a card of any
Yeah.
suit to take any action.
now will we then redraw cards at the beginning of the next round?
Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Okay,
This
so
is
there's-
scratching the like deck builder fucking roguelike
Yeah, I know,
gameplay
I know.
that I'm craving.
so there's no reason for me, if I have a really good card, there's no reason for me to hang on.
Well, you lose it, right? Or do you?
You would lose it unless, and this is one of the things I should mention, is if you place it face down and declare what it is, you can keep it between rounds unless somebody has the fool and does like the full reshuffle.
Oh, okay.
So
Can I do that as well?
sure, yeah.
To keep. All right, I'm gonna keep my 10 of cups face down.
You do have to declare what action you're taking with it. So
Oh, okay.
you'd be like, I'm going to dodge with this. And I think if you right click, you can turn them sideways. That would be my recommendation. is
I'm
turn
gonna
them
aid another.
kind of like that. Oh, no, that-
Yeah, I'm gonna aid another.
perfect.
That's my
Perfect.
action. So
Hmm.
that's next round.
Yep. So
Oh,
next
wait.
round,
So I
and
wouldn't
you
get
can
to
keep it
do an
face
action.
down. Yeah.
Can I use my minor action to attack?
No,
Uh,
I could
it'd
do
be
that
at the
only if it's
end, yeah.
a swords.
A swords, yeah. I have
Oh,
a
okay, then.
swords. Okay, so I'm
Um,
going to use.
Wait
The f-
until the end of Tempest's turn. It's
Oh,
one card
okay.
a turn. Is
Yeah, I'm
deck
really
builder.
trying
Yeah.
to figure out how all that stuff works.
Yeah, it's one card a turn, and then once the person's action is done, it's everybody else's minor actions can.
Perfect.
I should have
Fly
been
off.
taking a minor action to attack in previous rounds. Fuck. Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
I mean, if
So
you
I-
want to catch up a little, that's fine too.
Yeah, we'll just keep it moving straight. So what I'm gonna do is I'll play the 4 of 1s to attack, which
Okay.
is should deal the damage with the
Yep.
poleaxe. I run up and
Perfect.
like swing, and then I'm going to it. It says here I'm going to use counsel. At any time during a challenge, you may yell to another adventurer and hand the player a card from your hand. This card suit must match the action you counsel them to take. The other player may play that card as long as they use it to take your advice. So
Ah,
I'm gonna hand. I'll give it to Garl. I'll be like,
Yes.
Garl, attack them, hit their center, and I'm gonna give you the King of Swords.
Oh shit! All right, I'll take that in my. Do I get that for next round then?
you can use it right away as a minor action if you'd like.
That's what I
Oh,
thought.
I can take as many minor actions as I want
I think it's one per turn.
because I already used mine to attack.
You can
Oh,
use one minor action per like main action. Does that make sense?
Oh,
So you used at the end of Glawfluid's turn.
okay,
Now it's Colin's or Tempest's turn. At the end of his turn, you could play another minor action.
okay. I play the minor action King of Swords,
attack
and
their
I
Alright.
start.
center, destroy them.
You-
I deal 2 wounds because it's
oh,
double,
jeez.
at least
Oh, jeez.
double too.
They
You don't
are.
ape shit.
Yeah, you guys are just absolutely slaughtered. Like
I'm
Garl
foaming from
is
the mouth.
bits here and there are hitting the wall. There's like a little wyvern head that looks surprised as it's sliding down some shelves.
Ugh.
Uh, uh,
Uh-oh.
and their minor action, I want to make sure that's too high. That's too high. I don't think I can spend
Don't pull
big.
punches, Nathan.
Well,
Just,
I
just
don't want to. I
slap us
just want to
around.
make sure that I'm not messing up how
His luck's
Greater
just
Doom
bad.
works. I have too many excellent cards,
I
is the
see.
problem. You see, that's
Oh, just
the
decapitate one player
yeah. They're
character
all
in one
great.
hit.
Uh,
Rip his head off. Rip his fucking head off.
Goofy.
they definitely don't have that. Oh, I could have used it for favor on another thing that they didn't really need it. You cannot play to make challenge actions. I can play them to use a miscellaneous action.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. I see. So that's no, they're I'm gonna say from where they are just completely discombobulated. There's the two of them that got into your packs are the two that are left. So that is that. Does anybody else have any other minor actions they want to take?
Yeah, I want to use a minor action to attack them.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. That's a swords. That'll do it. One more wound on the wound pile. All right. I love it. All right. Let's make sure
I'll
end of the
discard it,
round.
right?
Yep. Go throw it to the discard and then all head down cards.
Discards.
Yep. Go to discard or any cards in your hand. So I've got a couple that need to go to the discard. There they go. And then this goes away. So your initiative as well. Go ahead and throw that on the discard pile. And we will
And I don't
deal
keep the card that I saved for next round, right?
the face down one you do.
Okay, so
Yep.
this is a
Oh shit! I
So you've got
discarded it.
your aid another. Yeah,
yeah, I want
you
to aid
give
another.
that to somebody else that you're aiding
All right, so
so that they can use it.
when I think I have to declare it. So let's say when
Yeah,
Tempest attacks, I will aid him.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I get to add 10 to whatever
Yeah. So if
you roll.
Tempest, that might be a reason you might go like, I want to attack early next
Yeah,
round
that's
Yeah.
because I
exactly.
can.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
I have like a 4 of swords and I can be like
Yeah.
add 10 to that.
But we'll
Yeah.
see if I get like a good 2 or 3 or something. I might get all pages. Like it's you never know.
You can
who's
still
gonna-
attack with Page
Yep.
Well, no, I know, but
as a
in terms
major.
of the initiative order,
Oh, yes.
I'm talking
Yep.
about.
All right.
And
Let me see my cards.
yeah, the last thing I should mention, if you have a fool let you have to play it with another card, but it lets you like interrupt. It's kind of like the JoJo like, but wait, I had this thing you never expected. I am doing just fine if you're asking. Things are looking great for these little guys. Oh
Didn't we
boy.
kill 3 of them?
Yeah.
Didn't we
Out of the 5
slaughter them?
We destroyed those little
Yep.
buggers.
And because they now don't outnumber you, I get fewer cards to play. So
Oh, shit.
you can actually you can really winnow them down pretty fast.
So I can pre-declare like a minor dodge action
It would be on your turn. Yeah, you can
on my
pre-declare
turn.
it.
Oh, I see.
Or I guess it is a minor action of somebody else's. You could
Oh,
play
I
a
know what my
dodge.
aid will be.
I'm not going to do that then.
To aid Tempest, I'll just grab one and throw him up in the air, and he just
Use it.
combo.
All right, I see
Combo.
what the heck I can do. All right, this is my initiative.
Right.
All right, in that case, let's start going through initiative since I think everybody has it. 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Oh,
damn it!
3.
I thought I was gonna get away with it.
Da, da, da. Yeah, so I'm like, Jimson Wall, grab it off of Runeview's pack. You like lift it up, I poleaxe it in
Oh yeah,
half.
I will
Yeah.
use my action to aid,
Yes.
and
So
I add a
what
10 to
card?
whatever Tempest will
Yeah.
do
What
to
card are
attack.
you playing, Tempest?
I'm gonna put it here and hope it beats your initiative. It's the fucking Queen of Swords,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
What the?
That's what 23 plus your
23?
swords.
Yeah.
Yeah, beats my 6.
Oh my god! Toss in there like a baby, and you,
Yeah.
huh? Ooh.
And there's just the one left that has like that fire log stuck in its craw.
I like to think that
Don't-
it sees that its kin be like slaughtered like that, and it like stops chewing for a minute. It's like,
It starts choking.
Well, it's minor action actually, and this is what I should have done last time if I was smart. Is
I'm not a smart
which
man.
not a smart person. It is going to basically throw away a card. It doesn't matter which card to recover.
okay.
Here, so it's using basically the wands action as the GM. I don't care the suit, so it's recovering. It is no longer tripped. It's getting its feet back under it. But let's see if it can actually scamper out of here or not.
Kill it!
Because we still have some
Don't
initiatives.
kill it. Don't
No,
kill
they're
it.
tripped.
Don't kill it.
Oh
They're
wait, they
not
recovered.
tripped.
They recovered.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
they still have
4.
quite a recover.
Yep.
Very
5.
cool.
Anybody do 6? All right. This thing is going to just book it the hell out of Dodge at this point. It is going to dash out of there.
It's in a different zone, or did it escape?
It's faster than you guys are.
Okay.
It
No, my
basically
firewood.
can scurry to do 2 zones a time. So yeah, as you are watching this thing, its brethren slayed about it. It just scrabbles on the tile and books it out the door. Um, Unfortunately, I don't think you opened the hallway, so you see it just
Wait, we
kind
never
of.
closed the door.
I don't think you closed the
Yeah, we
door
never
after
locked
you.
in. We should have locked in.
You're not locked in. Oh shit! As it books out, and you can see it. It looks like it runs towards W1. It kind of did like the check on the hallway, and it was like, ah shit, I can't make it that way. And then yeah, booked out towards what looks like kind of the watery area.
Well, let's see what treasure they swallowed.
Yeah, let's start gunning them.
Okay.
Let's cut open their bellies.
Yep. You start popping these open, and what surprises you as you're doing, well, I say that because it really is, there's not a lot to these things once you start opening them. They're almost like little money pouches,
What the?
and that they're like almost hollow inside. It's mostly just a gullet that it can carry stuff in. And you do find that there will be, in this case, some. Oh, that's fun.
Getting ads.
I also got an ad.
Okay,
That's
I thought I was
my,
going
my
crazy.
tarot deck.
fun.
Have a blast! Oh my.
Yeah, this is our ad for playingcards.io, which the game suggests. It's pretty good. Um, you dig through them, you find that they had roll me a. There's not a d6. I wish there was a like a
Draw a card.
yeah. Draw a card. Draw a card. Sure.
I'll draw a card.
Yeah. Draw a card.
The fool.
The
Oh,
fool. All
Alright,
right,
everything
that's
not
gets
special.
too
zero.
good.
Everything gets reshuffled, right? Recall and shuffle.
Yes, everything gets recalled and shuffle. If you have stuff in your hand, please put it into the discard and then do the recall and shuffle. That said, you're not going to come out of here with nothing. As funny as that would be with the fool, but it's pretty slim pickings, and it's mostly gold. Um, we'll say you find 10 gold and
Ooh.
a. It looks like most of what else they swallowed was anything that would be shiny, like broken bottles, or there's probably like buttons, that sort of thing in there.
I gotta patch my bag.
Yep. You're able to kind of do that where their
Just
little
like
claws
flex
went.
tape. Slap it on.
Carl Jim Stonewall here. All right.
Damn.
But yeah,
Well,
looking through here, you do get the impression as you're looking through the pantry, like this was probably some pretty fancy uh, food. So there might be some dried herbs, we'll say, that you could take that if you have space in a pack, you could probably
Oh,
sell
I
those
have a
in town.
newly made space in my pack.
There you go.
a
Yeah.
firewood
Dried
shaped
herbs.
hole.
Yeah.
I'll go up to Glafluid and I'll be like, Miss Rufio, excellent work in there. Dispatching of those creatures. I give you a big meaty paw on the shoulder. Great work. Good job.
Thanks.
Oh, you're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. Yes. I saw you dispatch at least one of those creatures with your sword and felt it was a wonderful job. You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you.
Uh, yeah, man. Totally.
Oh, terrific. Great. Well,
Well,
Very like
he's
awkward
so
scene in this
awkward.
Yeah.
pantry.
well, sounds like we've got some herbs and spices. Perhaps we can cook some of these up for our meal this evening. Not that there's much meat on the bone, but waste not, want not. Are there any other food stores in this pantry?
Um, there probably were. Looks like most of them have just aged past the point of
Hmm.
not being very healthy.
Now,
Uh,
is the kitchen electric or gas?
I'm not gonna say it's gas because you're gonna blow it up. So
Oh,
stone.
it's electric. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
electric
it's
stuff.
electric.
Just plugged in to the power system.
It's magic. I don't know. It's
Oh
magic.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh, uh,
Well, then, should we continue onwards and head towards once again the alcohol and down the
We'll
down
keep these
corridor?
corpses. It looks like good eating. Might taste a little irony or metallic,
Hmm.
but I think this would make fine dinner tonight.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I just can't wait to get into another fight. That was so fun.
Yes, I must say that my orcish blood is quite hot for the moment.
What
Let's
about my
continue
orcish
onward.
blood?
Well, I can't tell the status of it. None of us took any injuries, which is quite the miracle. And I say a definite, it was caused by good planning and tactics, which we all shared.
I think
as
we
you
just
go
did
up
it.
to the hallway door
See, I
and
go off
realize you
instinct.
all have to like fiddle with them like
I
this.
untie my weapon.
yeah, I guess that's true.
Okay, all right. So where are the two or the three of you headed?
Towards the alcohol. Towards
The
104.
alcohol. All right, towards 104. Um,
How's
walking
the torch
down.
doing, LaFluid?
Ooh, great question. How
Has
is
one
the
health.
torch doing? I think I already drew this. So as you are walking down the hallway, what happens? You
We're gonna
ask.
get resolved back when we rest because we made a
Right.
connection with our bond, so we might as well spend it. Meta wise.
That's funny. You're walking down the hallway, and uh,
Trap.
yeah,
Dive.
Glyfluid, you're behind Garl at this point, and you're walking, he's like taped his pack shut. You can see this room ahead of you, kind of in the torchlight coming up. Looks to be very like wooden kind of grotto feel to it, like how would I put it? Very elvish coded, as it were, um, and very beautiful walls, like with the stone has the vines in it and the root work. Um, but what stops your or gets your attention as you're walking down this hallway is that Garl's backpack is moving.
Damn.
Yeah, and you kind of feel it shudder on your back, Garl, and
What
you
the
hear,
hell was that?
yeah,
Something's in my bag.
yeah, and you're definitely hearing another like
Smack my bag. Smack it.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
stab
actually,
his bag.
if we just like take the backpack off and you start slamming it
Oh,
against the wall.
actually, wait, because
It's fucked
I
up.
I can control animals, so I can make him lead us to their treasure store.
Okay, then get the jump on
Okay,
him and cast that spell.
Yeah, I will do that.
okay. So
That
you've got this
puke.
pack that, yeah, you're like
Power
on it.
word puke.
Yeah, what's that look like? Glob fluid.
Uh, yeah, I take out a scepter made of a lion's bone, written with runes of domination, and I wave it above the backpack, and
On a
I
domination.
will.
Scepter of domination. Hey yo.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a lot of use.
Oh man.
But only with animals, you freak.
Mm,
Hmm.
mm.
Hmm.
Are we gonna cancel our druid? I don't know. Yeah, I like that. As you spin the resolve and command this thing, uh, eventually, yeah, you can open up the backpack and there's just this little wyvern creature that let's see what it was snacking on while
What
we're.
did it eat? I
Wait,
look at the damage.
I have to
Roll.
roll
Oh.
for it
Uh-oh.
because oh no, sorry. So I get a number of words equal to my wand's attribute, which is 4.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you see this
So
little creature. It's what's in your 4 there, Garl?
Stand still and weep. Oh, my
What's in
4?
slot 4?
It was part of my bedroll.
It's
Oh,
it's like a little cross-eyed as it's trying to choke down the bedroll that's
no, my
unfurled a bit.
bedroll.
Yeah. But yeah, glove fluid. What are you commanding it?
lead us to treasure.
Yeah, it's gonna go to my bag.
It 100% just starts digging around.
Fuck.
Uh,
I'll
Actually,
close the bag.
that's not. I'll say it's not quite fair. Uh, it would normally. It's kind of like gives you the impression of like treasure here, but you can see like a spark hits in its brain, and it runs off to
Brain
the
blast.
eastern side, like this eastern wall here that's like kind of covered in these roots,
Secret
and
tunnel.
yeah, it's like scritching at the wall, and it pulls aside just one of the roots, so it's still mostly covered, but you can see that there is a little gemstone stuck into the wall.
Ah, can I club it on the head?
Oh,
Just unk. Yeah, yeah, it goes.
gemstone wall.
You. It's
Oh, this is
very
a
easy to
pretty
just
thing.
bonk it on the head and it's out.
All right.
Oh, as a note with this game, if you don't want to kill something, uh, the title under this is taking the murder out of Murder Hobo. You guys do get to decide when you knock something down to 0 what the heck happens to it.
Oh, okay. I'll knock it out, Bonk.
Yeah, perfect. I realize I made you all very murdery of them earlier. We can
Damn.
retcon that if you need.
They were still alive when we separated their head from their body.
They're like worms.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
grow back.
Yeah.
Oh god, if they keep splitting.
Ugh.
But yes, yeah, it has kind of shown you on this like little section of wall there is a gemstone.
Hmm. Excellent work, Miss Runeview. Wow. Well, what should we do with it? To pry the gemstone off? Or perhaps this leads to some sort of secret concavity filled
Shall
with
I
treasure.
smash the wall again?
What are you doing?
I'll
Exactly.
knock on the wall to see if it's hollow, and if
Seems
it,
solid this time.
oh, all right, then I'll pry the gemstone out of the wall.
Okay. Um,
So you've got a crowbar, Stormwind, right? I remember you
Ah,
gloating about it.
indeed I do, yes. A good adventurer is always prepared, Mr.
Yeah.
Jemson Wall. So here you are, and I
Thank you.
wheeled it
yeah,
out.
and with a crowbar,
It
like
gives
you don't
me
even have to
favor or no
test.
roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
no roll. You're able to
Very
kind of
merciful. Thank you.
pop it out, and it hits.
I'll
Uh,
toss the gemstone to Tempest.
Ah, ruby or amethyst or
yeah, I like
topaz.
Ruby. Ruby. I don't know what I
Ah,
said, so yeah, Ruby.
you hadn't said anything yet. So ruby it
Uh,
is.
There's no
One of
tax on that, which
one
is
of the
even
most
better.
valuable gems. Yes.
yes, maybe in this fantasy world, we'll see. Uh,
Ruby's worthless.
I do have
Dime a
a
dozen.
question when it comes
yeah.
down to that. The wyvern creatures that we defeated and cut open such that they were like coin purses.
We were cutting
Would,
open them not lethally.
yeah,
Yeah,
were
very
they
true.
digesting the materials inside of them?
No, didn't look like it. It
Ah,
was it
is
was very
there
like a pouch.
is there a taxation on removing monsters from the dungeon such that we could perhaps eat them or sell their hides later? Would there be a
Uh,
taxation?
no, you could absolutely sell the monster bits.
We
Yes,
could
Ah,
smuggle the treasure in the stomachs of the.
oh, Mr.
that
Gemstone Wall, I never suggested that in a
that's the
million years.
that is actually
However,
like the dangerous part of that. You think you can, they'd be like 100%, no problem. You brought out the monsters, shirts, make them into handbags. I don't care. But if they find like a single gold piece that you didn't report, like there's not really a low level thing. Is you're going to prison.
I would
Well, it's only
never.
the coins, right? Not the actual
Yep.
treasure.
Yep.
That's fine. Like,
Yes.
and they let us keep the treasure anyway, so there's no point in smuggling it out unless we
Ah,
smuggle out a bunch of coins.
Yeah. It's only the coins that you
Yeah.
need to smuggle.
well, I'll pocket this incredibly massive, valuable ruby.
I think you're over.
It's
the
like
size
it's
of a
like a.
tangerine.
No, I was thinking it was like a tea
Side of a
saucer or
skull.
something.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh,
it's
just a gravy boat.
yeah, it's good. I like that. Um, Garl, where you pried it from the wall with the crowbar, you do see like it was set in there with like a little metal inlay, like it was very carefully put. And you can see there's
Hmm.
probably more here.
More
Like,
gems?
yeah, probably. It's just all behind these vines that are
Oh,
growing all
then
over.
let's take some time and hack the roots. I did bring a hatchet, so
Excellent.
perhaps that would give me favor in
Uh,
such a role.
yeah, go ahead and do a pentacles. I think pentacles are the speed.
Wonderful use of preparation, Mr.
Oh,
James.
Yeah, and
you think
get favor on it.
pentacles?
I
How
think
about
so.
swords? I think swords is
You're
you're
just
hacking
you're
these
just
roots.
going at it. All right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
buy that. I buy
And
that.
on top of that, I'd like to spend a resolve to get.
Oh, double favor? I don't know
You
if you
get
can
double
have
favor?
double favor. I
Or
don't think you can do double favor.
Triple
damn,
favor.
damn, not here. Hold on, let me see. Can you do double favor? It doesn't matter. I'll just
Don't I yeah. Yeah, I
Hiya!
think only one. Chippity
Oh,
chop.
10. 13 plus my sword is 17. That's
All
good.
right. Excellent. You are hacking along in this and you're doing it quickly. And pretty
Gonna
quickly
take no time at all.
yeah, just chop, chop, chop. You get this impression of
You pop
a
out them out with a crowbar while I'm doing this.
it's that combination's probably a little tough, just from the axe flying
Oh,
around.
okay.
But by the time you're done, you get the impression of like a kind of beautiful doorway. Um, Glyph you're fluent enough with magic. This probably was a magical doorway at some point. Um, but at this point, it's mostly just gem encrusted and like
Fuck yeah.
silver inlaid.
Yeah.
So yeah, Garl's probably got the right idea of, yeah, you can start popping these out. Um, what's particularly interesting is that wherever you do end up finding a gem that was kind of to the air, it looks like it's been licked clean, like it's not dusty at all. So
Ooh,
this is probably like a wall. These little
a
wyverns are
wall of
just
licking.
hanging. Yeah, they're just licking on these gems, but they can't get them free.
Hmm. So with the success, that means we did it quick, which means the torch doesn't
Correct.
go. Nice.
Correct. Yep. The
All right, all
torch.
right.
We don't draw another meat grinder. I will say though, who all is helping get stuff out of the wall there?
I think it's Tempest popping them out with the crowbar. I'm hacking away. Well, Fluid, are you keeping watch? Which is probably smart.
Sure.
There was the
Yeah.
opportunity to say no for
Yeah.
antics.
And no, I'd say with the success, Fluid, you're keeping watch as the two of them are prying. Um, and out 104 kind of opens. I realize the map's a little fiddly. It opens out into that watery area there. Um, and your light is just reflecting off of the water here. Um, but in the distance, maybe about in the middle of the room of W1, you'd swear you see like this beautiful white horse just standing on the water. And it seems to kind of be curiously looking at you.
It's standing on the water.
It is standing on the water.
Well, I can walk on water.
You
So should I walk towards it? I don't know.
tell me.
Yeah, I'll walk towards it. And I'm like good vibes with animals, so
Okay.
shouldn't run away. Hopefully.
All right. Um, Garl and Tempest, your light starts to go away
Hey, whoa!
as you're yeah
Oh,
you're kind
oh,
of finishing this.
this
Fluid,
review.
you're walking into the room W1 to give you the impression this is a large kind of open water room that's roughly the same like water level. um, you can see that it looks like underneath the water there's probably some old broken walkways, but it's not even underneath the water. Like there's probably little pits and divots that you can fall into. Um, to the south there in the W2 area, it looks like there's some water pouring down, like maybe that much of a ledge. So W2 is raised a little bit. And there is a little bit of water movement, but W1's kind of like a little swampy-ish feeling to you.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you just see this beautiful like white horse walking on the water towards you, given like kind of a shake of the head.
Yeah, I'll continue towards it and see what happens.
Mhm.
I'm out of talk to animals, so
Okay.
I'm out of resolve.
It gets to you, and you're up close to it, and it really has to like kind of look down at you, and it does the horse thing where they like put their legs down to like give you a space to hop on its back if you want.
Okay, I will struggle to hop on its back.
Oh, where you going?
Yeah.
The fluid.
I'm entranced.
um I will say this is about the point where you're you say you struggle to hop onto it because you put a hand on it, right? And you put another and you're thinking to leap up. And give me let me double check based on a thing I see. Um oh. It does okay, straight up does not have a thing. Um you stick to it like glue as
Ruh-roh.
yeah, is the eye kind of turns to you and a third eyelid like closes and opens on it. And Tempest and Garl, you can just see it kind of tip over into the water and take the fluid down with it.
She drowned once before.
Oh,
We should probably stop
shit.
that.
It's true.
And
Look, I
we'll
get
do
another
another.
torch for my pack, or I will.
Yeah, do another. It's a challenge phase time, folks. Yeah, that's a
Get
good
that music
point.
going.
As Glafluid's torch just hits the water and goes out, we'll say that'll be the start of the combat.
I got some battle music.
And I can use my my attribute from like my backstory for
Yep.
advantage, right? For favor.
For
Okay.
favor, correct,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, you are. Well, this is a good situation for you compared to the
Yeah.
others. All right. In this case, I need to remember exactly how many I draw. I really should see if there's a cheat sheet for this. There probably is. Go ahead and let me deal y'all your cards. I get 3 plus the monster that I am. Don't think this is an elite creature.
So this water, how deep is it? Because I'm wearing steel armor. I'm going to drown.
Um, I would say there are walkways. So to kind of lay this out, zone wise, if we will, I'm gonna have it be below the water. It's probably a zone. Above the water is a zone, and the room you were just in is a zone.
Okay.
Um, a land of some kind. Uh, you can see there are these other entrances and exits there, and if you had a torch out, you could probably see where to stand uh, that you're not going to fall in. If you just start running around, I'll probably have you make a test to not fall into a pit and be in the under the water zone. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Whatever makes sense. All right. Challenge phase, challenge actions. All right. Yeah, everybody should have their cards.
Is there a target number to dash, or is it just 14?
Uh, dash, dash. I think is dash one of the actions.
Yeah, it's a pentacle. Move 2 zones.
All right. I think it's just do it.
Okay.
Just do it. Nike. Just do it. Yeah, there's no target number for that because you're not going against another creature there necessarily.
So was I able to get my torch out in time?
Uh, sure, sure.
All right. So I got the
Ooh,
torch. I'm
let's.
one-handing the mace.
Yeah. Why don't let's pull item from the pack. I think that's just a straight success. Yeah. Yeah, you're able to bring it up to you and use it. So yeah, the you've got this lit and you can see there is the water spreading around where the fluid is.
All right. I'm gonna
Um,
count on Nathan not attacking me. So
You
you
probably
don't
shouldn't
know.
say that.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you
I'm
don't know
revealing.
me.
I'm revealing my card anyway. Yeah.
Oh, it's mind games.
Uh,
Yeah.
I have to I am gonna mulligan this. One of the things you can do is mulligan if you have too many greater dooms. Which I do.
That makes sense. If you draw 5 cards and they're all the
Yeah.
worst things possible, it's
Yeah,
like,
well, and they're just like you can't really use them for normal actions necessarily. So,
yeah.
uh, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. All right, for Glafluid, just mechanics wise, you are rooted to the back of this creature. Um, you can recover to clear the effect. And yes, Garl, you mentioned this. Those who are wearing metal armor who recover underwater cannot swim, but can be rescued. So I think
Mm.
it's probably good that glove fluid got grabbed. But all right,
Yes.
initiative wise,
Better you than me, I would say.
all right. I have my initiative, and I will start counting up. 1, 2.
I'm one.
Okay, you're 1. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm for my action, I'm gonna just spend the Ace of Pentacles and I'm gonna dash 2 zones to get to like where
Yep.
Glafluid is.
Yep.
And then I can do a minor action, right?
I think others can do a minor
Oh,
action on your
others can do
turn.
okay.
Yeah, I don't think you would be able
Because
to.
I'd like to declare an aid action as the minor action.
I think, and I I could be getting the system wrong. I think you only do minor actions on other. Oh, minor actions happen at the same time. I want to say that it's only one, but since I'm not sure, go for it.
Okay.
I don't think it breaks it too terribly. Oh wait, nope, I lied. You
No,
let me
actually,
read
if
the
one of
rules too
your
long.
characters just had their
Yep,
turn, other characters you control can take a minor
yep.
action.
If you have performed an action, you cannot also perform a minor. So yes, you're able to get up
Okay.
to Glafluid. You can see the two of them wrestling, and in fact, this this animal that has got Glafluid is now going to try to attack Glafluid as a minor action. Uh, Glafluid, will a 9 plus, that's a sword. That is a 9, right? Yeah. Will a 13 hit?
I'm not sure.
All right. It would be your initiative
It's
card.
your initiative.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really know how to count. So it goes up to 14, right?
Yep. So a king would be a 14, a queen would be a 13.
Okay, so it goes king, queen, what?
Page.
Knight,
Oh, Night
page. Yeah,
Page.
knight, page.
Wait, no, it says after acting player's action resolved, the GM asks the table if anybody wants to perform a minor
Yeah,
action.
it's a little look on page 113 though. It's
113.
yeah.
So a king's 14, a queen's 13,
Yeah,
a
then it
knight
hits
is
me.
12,
Okay.
yeah.
So take a wound. This is a good time to talk about taking a wound. When you take a wound, you may notch armor if you have it. Uh, you
Gotcha.
can have, I think steel is 3, iron is 2, anything else is probably just 1. If you run out of notches on whatever your armor is, it's destroyed. You can wound a talent so that you would not be able to then use it until you recover. You can do that up to 2 times, and then after that, you start taking like the actual health conditions near the top. Staggered is actually pretty easy to heal if you're not stressed, which unfortunately you are. So that kind of complicates the healing.
How do interrupt actions
Yep.
work?
You would interrupt. Let me see right here. Before the acting player's turn. Uh, they don't count against the limit of actions you take, though.
So here's just
Yeah,
a wild,
talk me
like,
through.
because I'm still trying to figure this out. If I were to use my command or counsel or whatever it is to tell Glawfluid to get
Mm.
detached from that unicorn, and if I spend a resolve point, then that makes it an interrupt action. Is that something that would have
Oh,
happened before you? Like, I can't grok how it
um,
all ties together.
because I think order wise,
Mhm.
I think that's fair because you could do that as like an interrupt. Heck, you could do it as a minor action. I kind of went ahead, but I
Yeah, I'm not
suppose
gonna. I'm not gonna.
um,
I don't think we should cancel what you did.
no, it's good.
I'm
I'll
simply wondering how it all
Yeah, you could just play it as a minor action to
works
do
out.
it. An interrupt basically just lets you play 2 cards a turn, right? Instead of the one that you normally could.
Okay.
So you could both aid and then do another minor action after the person's action.
What kind of card would it take to get Glawfluid if I tell him to pull himself off the?
Recover a wands card. Yep,
Oh well, then fuck that. I can't do that anyway. So well.
fair enough. Uh, fair enough. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I'll
And
have
he
to
doesn't need to
remember to ask.
go to a target number to recover. He just needs to spend the card.
Correct.
Oh,
Correct. I think recover just says spend a card, right? I'll double check right now. I do need to make a cheat sheet for this. Yep, you just use it to remove an effect. So yes, it does not matter.
Can I do it with a minor action, or does it
Sure,
have to be?
sure. Yeah, as long
Okay.
as you have a wands, you can use it.
Yeah, I'll use my minor action to
Nice,
recover then.
nice. All right, so perfect. I think this works out. This thing is thrashing around. It smacks you with a hoof. So you take a damage of some kind, but then you are able to rip yourself free of it.
My fur armor just sloughs off me.
Ugh.
Ugh. Ugh.
What a terminology. I hate
That's
it.
a bad night. Don't you hate that when your sloughs off?
Ugh.
All right.
Escalated.
What the? All right. So that was one. Everybody has done their minor action.
Yeah.
2, 3. That will be
Oh
the Kelpie's
no!
activity. Um, the Kelpie is going to attack Glafluid. Now, this, Colin, since you talked about an interrupt, this would be where you can do your like, you've activated my trap card, interrupt, stop what you're doing. I'm gonna do something right now.
Fair enough. I don't know your Yu-Gi-Oh terminology, but fair enough. I don't know what a trap card is.
My Blue Eyes Ultimate Kelpie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I will use my council action.
Mhm.
And who's near it? It's Glafluid and Garl are both
Yep,
near the thing.
they're right
Yeah.
next to this thing. Yeah.
Perfect. And then hold on, what's the dodge roll?
Well,
What
Fluid, are
is
you
it?
planning to attack?
No.
Okay. What are you planning to do?
I don't know.
Well,
Because
I'm
I was
gonna.
going to aid you and whatever, but I have to declare.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll attack then. Yeah.
Okay.
So can I? I'll be like Glafluid. Uh, hold back, dodge its attack, and I'm gonna use counsel to throw you the 6 of Pentacles, and I'm gonna
Okay.
use a resolve point to make it so that you can use that as an interrupt action. So
Nice.
you're suddenly in the
Nice.
you can dodge stance it at least. If it tries to attack you, maybe that'll help, but it might also attack Carl.
Well, I've got news for you. It will try to attack.
Okay,
So
so I'll use that as the dodge.
yeah, perfect. So you already know this is going for a 12. So add your initiative, which you can just show at this point. It's what you got?
Oh,
Oh, a knight plus the dodge will dodge its attack. So what's
Hell
that look
Hell
yeah.
like? Yeah.
yeah.
nice.
So yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm very comfortable drowning under the water. So as it attacks me, I will just like phase upward with my connection with the
I
water
like it.
realm.
I
It's
like
like
it.
you fucked with the wrong human looking person.
Humanoid. All
And
right. Awesome.
so
Yeah.
now it's minor actions, right?
Yep. Minor action time.
I have a King of Cups. I'm going to play it face down. The trigger is when Fluid attacks, I will aid.
Okay.
So we'll
Uh,
add a King of Cups.
as a note, when you put them face down, you don't have to declare the number. You
Oh,
just
okay.
have to do it. So I don't know that that would super matter at the moment, but yeah. All right. Hell yeah. Any other minor actions at the end of this guy's turn? All right. In that
So what?
case,
Hold
yes.
on a sec. Sorry, I can't. I'm just trying to figure this shit out. So minor action. If I wanted to run up to the thing,
Yep.
You would need Pentacles.
You would need a
pentacles.
pentacle.
I don't have pentacles.
You're all cups, aren't you? Oops, all cups.
No, no, I'm not all cups. I just don't have any more pentacles left.
Uh,
The guy spent all his Pentacles.
Yeah, I did. Oh
rookie
well.
move right there.
Oh
Like it's
well.
the first time we've played.
Yep.
You
So I
mean you're
could,
not
I
an
could,
expert?
I could aid another though, right?
You could aid another,
Yeah, yeah,
but you
absolutely.
have to declare a trigger,
Yeah.
and if that comes up, then that you can add that card to the person's roll.
What's your? No, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm
All
not even gonna
right.
worry about it.
You're too far away, I would
Too
argue.
fucking much.
Yeah.
At all. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, we can take it slow as we finish up our minor actions. That was 3. Any initiative 4, 5. I don't know why I'm counting. Tempest, are you above or below? Okay,
6.
Tempest, go for it.
Great. Okay. So I can do anything for my action, right?
Anything you want, man.
Okay. So can I get to it and attack?
You can get to it. I think you know what that is true. What's a move? Sure, sure.
Move
Yeah,
is
is that under
free.
there?
I don't know.
I bet you're right. I bet you can
Move
move
is
one
any
zone.
suit, any suit.
Is it a miscellaneous action?
Yeah, it's any suit. So actually,
Okay.
he could have moved
Yeah, that's
with
true.
a card. So
Yeah.
let's say he did that just so he saves.
Yeah, so is
So
your
like you can
minor
get to
action
us.
move, and then now
Now you have your
your turn.
major
Yep.
action.
Right. Okay. And then I'm just gonna poleaxe this
Hell
fucking
yeah.
unicorn thing.
What kind of weapon do you have as you're attacking?
I have my poleaxe,
Okay.
so I
What?
can stay distant from it and just swing this big hefty motherfucking axe into it.
You can play a riposte as an interrupt. That's the pole arm
Oh, okay.
special
Yeah,
trait.
yeah.
Well, because
Oh.
you're not in the same zone because you're above the
Oh,
water.
he is.
Yeah. I'd say
Oh,
he's
oh,
close
you're
enough
both
to
above
get it.
water.
Yeah, he's close enough to get it at this
Ugh.
point.
I don't
High
know
five.
what's
Okay.
happening. I run
Violence.
up and swing my axe.
You
You
do
tell
it.
me what happens.
You definitely hit it. You played the
Okay.
knight. Yeah, you hit it. Um, now all I have to ask is what weapon type is it? Is it a silver weapon or a normal weapon?
Oh, I believe it's a normal weapon.
Okay. That stabs into it, and you can see like there's a little bit of like almost like fungal moss starts to flow
Ugh.
out of it. But when you pull back, you see it just kind of closes up again around it.
It is impossible to kill. We must retreat.
And with that cheery news, um, that was
Hold it down.
6. Does anybody want to do a minor action as Tempest is declaring that this thing is invulnerable?
I want to yell at it with a minor action. I have a 4 of wands. Ah! I'll
Yeah,
intimidate it
I was gonna
against its
say,
morale score.
do you, Garl? Do you have a silvered
Ah,
weapon?
I do have a silvered weapon.
Yeah, can I command you or counsel you, like, Garl, use your silvered weapon, attack its magical flesh?
You can do that as a minor action on Glafluid's turn.
yeah, it gets a little
Yeah,
fiddly, but yes,
yeah.
that is correct.
Okay. Sure, sure.
Yep, I love it. So you're trying to intimidate it,
Yeah,
Garl,
I
right?
have 4 of wands, and it's
Okay.
just straight, so I don't think it's going to be
I
successful.
don't. I'd have to find the morale is like a side thing. I don't think it's successful,
Ooh,
because it's really in its element and it hasn't
yeah.
been. It doesn't seem scared yet,
I'll
more
see.
than a
That's
horse
that's perfect because it
always.
doesn't expect to be clubbed on the head with a
Yep.
silver mace.
Speaking of, it's Glafluid's turn. Glafluid, what is your action?
Well, apparently my sword will do nothing, so I will
Magic.
use it. I do have. I actually counted wrong. I do have one resolve left because
Okay,
I did the.
3. Yeah,
Yeah, I did 3.
yeah.
I think right.
For the I don't know if you counted it as 1 or 2, but when you talk to the guy twice, that should only been 1. So
Okay, so talk
yeah,
to the guy. I controlled the animal, and
yep,
then I did one other thing.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
walk
And
on water.
if you're
Walk on
Walk on
water.
attacking
water.
this
Yep.
kelpie, I'm gonna give you an aid. I use my aid action.
Well, I don't have a. I only have a steel thing. So.
Since
Oh,
it's
but I could
your
use
turn,
You
magic.
can
yeah,
use you can use
Yeah.
magic.
yeah.
Mm.
Let me see.
And if it's your turn, you
Oh,
don't need to use a matching
Right.
card.
It's more the weapon type. I think that's the
Yeah.
problem. There is also this is a horse underwater, just like kicking around too. So imagine as Tempest is like stabbing in, it's just splashing all over the place. Uh, it doesn't look quite so nice now. It's also
Hellish beast.
sticky. That's the weird thing about it,
Huh?
Tempest. That's like sticking in your mind is you stab
Ugh.
it, and when you pull back, there's like the resistance of like a glue. Uh,
Ugh.
It's like a sponge.
it's kind of like a sponge or like a fly trap sort of horse.
Mhm.
is there any like plant life growing in this water? You said it was
Oh,
like a swamp.
absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I will underwater cast my wood weave spell to ensnare this foul beast.
Very cool. Yeah. And, what card are you doing? You have to beat a 3.
I sorry, I have all these things on like different,
I
so I have to
know.
like click around.
Gotta find the cheat
Um,
sheets for this.
I'll just use the 4.
Perfect. Perfect.
Do I get
Yeah.
advantage for getting a higher level of success because I have like a billion bonuses?
Not really. Not
Damn
unless something specifically
it.
says, yeah, it's not really in there. So, but you do ensnare it. So these vines you said are just like holding this thing, and yeah, it stops thrashing. Like it's pulling against these vines, um, and it doesn't have a minor action that it can use to get out of it. So, what are the
Ah.
other? Well, yeah, what are you guys doing at this moment for minor
Thi-
actions?
This is when I'll yell to Garl, Garl, attack it with your silvered weapon. Attack its magical flesh. And I'm gonna throw
I shall.
the 9 of swords your.
Woo!
I don't know. Do I have to use that as an interrupt, or is that just a normal?
That's just a normal minor action. Have a blast online.
Oh, I clicked it by accident. God damn
Playingcards.io.
it.
No, it was coming
Um,
up. I could see it.
okay,
It was
great.
in the
So I
cards.
I throw that. I'm like, get it. I throw that
Okay.
9 at you.
So we get new cards now.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Yep. Perfect.
Garbage. Put,
Yeah.
put my card in
Kind of
garbage.
agree.
Wait. Does my thing mean he attacks it? Like, what does?
Go ahead and put that like you're aiding. So basically put it sideways above Garl. It
What's the?
maintains or above yourself, whichever one you want. Yeah, that's fine.
Whoa!
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 Hey, you can spin cards. That's super fun. Yeah, the
Hell
point being that you are aiding someone else because it's face down like that. It'll last to the next turn.
okay, great.
All right.
Give me the cards. Give me.
What is this creature going to do? I can
Do we
definitely.
just do you want us to draw 4?
Yes, please. Well, yeah, that's fine. You can just draw 4. That'll be easier. And I have to figure out what initiative this guy wants.
You
The
tell me.
card we really need to look out for is the Fool. Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
if the fool shows up, that we need to see. I think I'm gonna get real close. It's too high. All right, I have my initiative. I'm ready.
This fucking sucks.
Okay,
I
I feel good about my turn.
Yeah, I think
I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
this is a really interesting fight system. Like I could see this flowing really crazy. All right. All right, and then we just have fluid. What's your initiative?
Oh yeah.
Then I'll start counting up as I bring back mine to remind myself what I put. Okay.
I'll do this. Oh, hopefully you
Nice.
didn't see that.
I saw nothing.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
good.
smash the shit out of this horse.
Speaking of smashing the shit out of it, let's talk initiative 1,
Hell no.
2,
No.
3,
Uh-uh.
4,
No.
5,
Uh-uh.
6,
Oh baby, here we go.
7.
I got a 7.
Okay, then you'll go first, but you can know I also have a 7.
Oh, he's got a
So
7.
it's going to go right after you.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to attack with my silvered mace. Smash it with the
Yeah.
water.
Oh,
I will attack with a what, he's got a 7?
he's got a 7.
I will
And
attack.
he's rooted as well, so
Yeah, so I get
Correct. Yeah,
advantage. Oh, I
favor.
get a
Yeah, that
favor.
makes sense.
So I'm attacking with a 3 of cups, which makes it a 6 because I know that I'm being boosted
Yep. Nice.
by Tempest Stormwind, and this is going to be a what? 9 plus 6, 15.
15. Yeah,
I
that'll.
get double the armor class of the Kelpie, so I deal 2 wounds, and I have a silvered mace.
Okay.
Oh,
Those are
yeah.
both of the things.
Yeah.
So when you hit it with the silver mace,
Yes.
like where do you think you hit this horse? Like
Temple.
Yeah, you smash it in the water, so there's like this big wave. Uh, and when you pull back that silver hammer, this thing doesn't look like a white horse at all. It's like a horse fish,
Oh
like with these
Jesus!
weird, like scaly things. The eyeballs are poking out,
Hell
like
I hit him
it's
again.
yeah.
completely
Hell
broken. Yeah,
yeah.
like you've
Yeah.
broken the spell. It's not dead, um,
I did do 2
but
wounds.
yeah, you did 2 wounds, and it like does this gurgling neigh
Yeah, I
thing
don't like that.
underwater of like pain and fear as it uh will then as its minor action recover, so it like snaps out of this snare that Glafluid put on it. That's you just smashed in the head with a hammer
Twice.
and
Bam, bam.
twice, and it just is going to use its action to um get away, and it's just dashing.
Okay. All right. See ya.
So that
Same
means
time next
you
week.
get to hit it again, basically.
Do I
Yeah,
need a card to hit it?
yes.
Okay.
I
Well,
believe so.
any card.
Any card that can hit it, and anybody that's nearby, I'll say Tempest, you can as well, should you so desire.
Guess I'm hitting it.
Fluid as well, if you want
I'm
to spend a card that can get to 7.
yeah. I'm hitting it with a 9.
That'll do it.
I
Bam. Another
call
hit.
it a 9.
Do
A
I get
gentleman's
do I
nut.
get favor for my drowned attribute?
Sure, sure. I buy that.
All right, so then I'll use this and I'll shoot it with my crossbow because I feel like that's wood, so it might
Nice.
work.
Nice. Well, it does seem like whatever Garl hit it with seems to have ruptured its protection in that way. And you three, do you kill this creature, this beautiful, majestic fish horse?
It's an aberration.
It definitely is. Okay,
Yeah, let's kill it.
so
Death
in the
comes
grand
down.
tradition of RPGs, this thing starts to like try and escape, and the three of you absolutely wail on this creature and take it out. Uh, yeah, it's got like that
Die, monster.
pungent fish smell, and I think that's where we'll keep it for today. As you, yeah, you have sticky horsefish meat. I love
Ugh.
that. That's
Omega
excellent.
3s, baby.
Fatty acids.
Yeah.
Oh.
As yes, you have recovered that, and as the three of you are now, getting into the water, you're ankle deep, or rather knee deep for most of you, and then probably almost torso deep for Glafluid. Uh, you hear from W2 in the darkness back there this uh, sobbing and just general malaise flowing out. And that's where we're gonna wrap it for today
Huh.
for our first episode of His Majesty the Worm. Thanks for playing, everybody, and we'll see you for part 2. Bye.
I
Thanks for listening. Be sure to check out the RPG Reanimators podcast for horror scenario reviews, interviews, gaming discussions, and more.